Imagine a constant ringing in your ears, never ceasing, never quieting. This is Diwata's reality. Meet Diwata, a vibrant woman full of life, laughter, and energy. She's the kind of person who lights up a room with her presence, her spirit as effervescent as the bubbles in a champagne flute. But one day, Diwata's life took an unexpected turn. A turn that introduced her to a world filled with an incessant, unyielding noise. A world where silence became a forgotten luxury. This is the world of tinnitus. It started subtly, a faint ringing that she dismissed as a figment of her imagination. But soon the ringing grew louder, more persistent, like an unwelcome visitor refusing to leave. It was there when she woke up in the morning and when she went to bed at night. It was there when she was trying to concentrate on her work and when she was trying to enjoy a quiet moment alone. The constant ringing was like a cruel symphony playing in her ears, turning even the simplest of daily activities into a struggle for Diwata. Every conversation became a battle between the words she was trying to hear and the ringing she was trying so hard to ignore. Every moment of solitude was interrupted by the unceasing noise, stripping away the peace she used to find in silence. The ringing in her ears became a constant companion, an unwanted soundtrack to her life. Diwata's world was consumed by the noise of tinnitus, her vibrant spirit dampened by the incessant ringing. But as the days turned into weeks and weeks into months, Diwata realized that she couldn't let this uninvited guest dictate her life. She couldn't let the ringing in her ears drown out the symphony of her life. She decided to take control, to seek solutions. She decided to turn the tables on tinnitus. Diwata's life was disrupted, but then she decided to take control and seek solutions. Tinnitus, a phantom noise in your ears affecting millions worldwide just like Diwata. It's like an uninvited guest that refuses to leave, a constant ringing, buzzing, or humming sound that only you can hear. What's causing this persistent noise? Tinnitus is often the result of damage to the inner ear or the auditory nerves. It can be triggered by a myriad of factors: loud noise exposure, certain medications, even stress and anxiety. Imagine trying to focus on your daily tasks with a non-stop concert happening inside your head. That's what life can be like with tinnitus. It can disrupt sleep, hinder concentration, and significantly impact one's quality of life. But here's the silver lining. It's not a disease, but a symptom of an underlying condition. Tinnitus can be debilitating, but understanding it is the first step towards managing it. When Diwata learned about tinnitus management, she saw a glimmer of hope. Suddenly, her world, which was constantly filled with the incessant ringing and buzzing, seemed a little brighter. The concept of managing her tinnitus, rather than just enduring it, was a revelation. Imagine being able to regain control over her life, to steer away from the relentless noise and towards tranquility. She found herself intrigued by the various tactics that promised to help manage her tinnitus. From specialized therapies to simple lifestyle changes, each solution presented an opportunity for her to stand her ground against the auditory onslaught. The idea of potentially silencing the ceaseless ring, if only for a moment, sparked a newfound determination within her. The tactics for tinnitus management piqued Diwata's interest, offering a potential respite from the relentless noise. For Diwata, the prospect of managing her tinnitus wasn't just about noise reduction, it was about reclaiming her life from its clutches. Diwata was ready for a change, ready to battle tinnitus. This newfound resolve didn't just happen overnight. It was the result of countless sleepless nights, the constant buzz in her ears, and the relentless desire to regain control of her life. She yearned for silence, for peace, and this yearning fueled a commitment to overcoming tinnitus that was as constant as the ringing in her ears. But desire alone wasn't going to be enough. She knew she needed to make changes, and she was willing to do whatever it took. She began to explore and implement tinnitus management techniques. These weren't quick fixes or miracle cures, but rather strategies for coping, for reducing the impact of tinnitus on her daily life. She transformed her diet, cutting out caffeine and alcohol, known to exacerbate tinnitus. She began practicing mindfulness, turning to meditation as a method to focus her mind away from the buzzing, the ringing, the constant noise. She started doing regular exercise, which not only helped her physical health but also her mental well-being, providing a much-needed outlet for the stress that often aggravated her symptoms. Diwata's life changed in numerous ways, some small, some significant, but all with one goal in mind: to conquer tinnitus. Every decision, every change was a step towards that goal, a testament to her desire to overcome this condition that had so profoundly affected her life. Diwata's determination was unwavering. Her desire to overcome tinnitus was her driving force. With time, patience, and consistency, Diwata started noticing changes. She was no longer a captive of the relentless ringing in her ears. Implementing tinnitus management techniques was a journey, not a sprint. It was a path laden with challenges, but she was determined to overcome them. She found solace in silence, something she hadn't experienced in a long time. There was a noticeable decrease in the frequency and intensity of the ringing. The nights, once filled with a constant hum, began to quiet down. She could finally hear the world around her without the persistent interference. It wasn't a smooth ride, though. There were days when the ringing seemed to intensify, pushing her to the brink of despair. But she held on, reminding herself of the progress she had made. She learned to accept these minor setbacks as part of the healing process. Her perseverance paid off. Over the course of a few months, the ringing became less intrusive. She noticed an improvement in her concentration and sleep quality. Her social interactions improved, as she was no longer constantly distracted by the noise in her head. The world was no longer muffled by the incessant ringing. Diwata's journey wasn't easy, but it was worth every struggle. She proved to herself and to others that it's possible to regain control over one's life, despite the challenges posed by tinnitus. Diwata's experience serves as evidence that managing tinnitus is possible. Inspired by Diwata's journey, many are ready to take action. When it comes to tinnitus, knowing is half the battle. The first step is understanding that this is not a condition you have to live with in silence. There are ways to manage and even prevent tinnitus from ruling your life. The first and perhaps most crucial step is seeking medical advice. Get in touch with a healthcare professional who can assess your situation and guide you towards a solution. Remember, there is no one-size-fits-all solution to tinnitus. What worked for Diwata may or may not work for you, and that's okay. The key is to keep trying and not lose hope. Next, consider the role of lifestyle changes. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and adequate sleep can significantly impact your tinnitus symptoms. Avoiding loud noises, reducing caffeine and alcohol intake, and managing stress levels can also make a world of difference. It's not about making drastic changes overnight, but about making small, consistent adjustments that add up over time. Lastly, let's talk about coping strategies. These are techniques that can help you live with tinnitus without it taking over your life. Techniques like sound therapy, where you use pleasant sounds to distract your brain from the tinnitus, or mindfulness, where you learn to accept the sound rather than fight it, can be incredibly effective. It's about finding what works best for you. Remember, everyone's journey is unique. You may find relief quickly, or it may take time. The important thing is not to give up. Reach out to support groups, read up on the latest research, and keep trying different strategies until you find what works for you. Like Diwata, you too can take control and manage your tinnitus. The first step is always the decision to try.